Hello and welcome to my first operating session with car carts. I'm Steve Boyko from ModelTrainGeek.com. So today we're going to bring a CN train into Georgetown and do some switching. And our train is sitting over here outside of Georgetown and our car carts are here. So what we have is we have the lead locomotive 3665 with a caboose on the end 79575. We've got a CPSD40 that we have to drop into the interchange. We have a bulkhead flat car that is going to the interchange. And we have a 3-bay hopper that is going to the UGG grain elevator in Georgetown. So let's get it started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop the interchange stuff off. So we have to run down through Georgetown, and on the other end we'll drop off the CP car and the bulkhead flat. Along the way we're passing a couple of grain cars that are in the siding. You can see the car carts for them are here, and they are to go to Georgetown, the elevator, which is right here. So we'll do that after. Okay, so we're going to pull down past the switch. Push back. So the interchange is here. We're going to pass the interchange switch, so we have to push the two cars that we're not going to shove on the interchange past the switch. Drop them off, and then we'll come back for the other two. We have something derailed. Good op session so far. We throw the switch for that, figure out who's derailed here. And pushing through, and hopefully we won't end up with another short. Anywhere there. Alright, so we set that guy off. Now let's look at our car carts. So the RS18s there, these two I just dropped off on the interchange. So I can take that out. They're done. And this guy is supposed to go to the team track on CP, but that's for CP to deal with. So I'll take him here, and I'm just going to stick him in here. I don't actually have a pocket for the interchange, so that's all the best I can do. So now the things we need to deal with. We have, this is for the team track, so that's that car over there in CP. We don't care about that. We have these two cars here, which both have to go to UGG Georgetown, as well as the one that we have on the siding. So basically, this car, and this car all have to go to the elevator. And we've got 3 cars that are at the elevator right now that all need to be pulled. So the next set of moves, what we're going to do is we're going to get the 3 cars ready to go into UGG and pull the cars out of UGG. So get off the interchange track and start shuffling things around. Of course, the caboose complicates things, but you know, we'll figure that out. I think what we should just do is just run around everything and go from there. We're still lined for the main line over here, so we can just keep continuing back onto the main line. Going for crossing, because I forgot last time. Just sit the crossing. And through the switch. There we go. I like that Soundtracks decoder, it's pretty good. Tsunami. Alright, so run past UGG. We have a choice. We can either pull it first, or we have to pull it. So we might as well pull it while we're going by it. So we go by the switch. Through the switch. At some point I'm going to put some ground throws on there. Go into there. Now one thing I want to put in here as well is a derail, but I don't have one. So we'll just pretend there is no derail and we'll just move on. You'll notice there's pretty close clearances here, which is pretty prototypical. Here we go. Come forward. Guess it's done backwards really, because these guys ran along with forward. We'll pull this all the way down to the end of the siding. One thing I'm doing in this first operating session is not worrying about any possibility of any other trains. So we're just leaving switches aligned for whatever we feel like, and not being concerned about having to have anything out of the way for any possible trains coming by. Okay, so we pull up, clear the siding switch. So we don't need the bell anymore because we occupied the crossing. Then we're going to go collect up all our cars on the siding, including the caboose. And then go forward again, and then shove them into UGG. Okay, we got everything. Pull forward. Done a little tuning on the speed of this decoder, so I'm at 1. That's the slowest it can crawl. That's not bad. Pick up the speed a little bit. This is one of my best green cars right here. I think it's an Intermountain. It's pretty nice. You can certainly see the level of detail is different between them. Okay, throw the switch for the main. Here we go. Go forward. So yeah, you can see the detail on these, especially on the roof. You look at that. So you can see through the roof walkway, and you compare to these, model power style roof walks that are, you know, big blocks of plastic, especially this one. Coming up, this one here, this is a lot of power. Pretty ugly. Alright, but it works. So now we're pushing into the siding here. So I don't want the caboose to go in, obviously, so I'm going to stop here. Drop the car. Throw the switch for the main. We'll shove the caboose over. Drop it on the main. I'm omitting things like setting handbrakes because you probably want to do that. Drop the caboose. One thing I always do when I'm doing this kind of switching maneuvers is whenever when I'm have to set the controller down to throw a switch or something, I always set the direction for where I'm going to go next. That way, whenever I pick it up, I just have to spin up the speed, and then I'm on my way. It's just kind of a habit I've got into. Okay, so now one of the things you have to think of is where am I going to spot this? So these are empties. So I want to spot the first car, so that it is level with the elevator. And then these other two empties will be up top, and as they get loaded, they'll roll down here into this spot here after they get loaded. And that's how they would do it prototypically. So instead of shoving all the way to the back, they'd have to crank them back up. You spot them in the right spot, and good to go. So, see, my table's not quite level here. My caboose is trying to run away. Alright, we're spotted. Let's go. We'll clear the switch and we'll stop here for a sec and do some paperwork. So, I picked these three guys up. 10808 is this one in the back. 110266 is this guy. And the one labeled numbered NMRA is this guy here, NMRA 1983. So I've got these three guys, and they have to go east, which is Winnipeg, so that's good. So on my train right now, I have these three grain cars. Now, what about all these guys? These guys, I put them into the UGG Georgetown, so I can take those tabs out. They're in there now. Just put them in my big stack of stuff, and I'll give them hold tags now to show that they've been delivered to the customer and they're going to stay there. Hold, hold, hold. Put them in the UGG card pocket here. So, that's the UGG. The only other industry in Georgetown is this Irving oil siding. Now what have I got here?